Welcome everybody to another mobile review. Today we're covering the game known as Identity V. Get ready for the whole little shebang. We'll be talking about survivors, killers, gameplay, and extra features. I would also like to state that I have played this game quite a bit, so you'll be seeing me use characters such as Mechanic, Mind's Eye, Ripper, Soul Weaver, Dream Witch, and Sculptor. So yeah, I believe all those characters have been played, and let's get into some gameplay. Survivor gameplay is a pretty simple concept. It's a cipher 5 ciphers to get, the passcode to unlock the door and escape. If 2 survivors escape, but 2 are eliminated, that is it. It's a tie between both factions. Survivors win if only 3 of them escape or are alive, okay? Or 4. It's a 3 to 4 thing. If 1 or no survivors escape, it's automatically a loss. The killer's job is simple. Well, kill you. Survivor gameplay can be interesting with each character's unique gimmick. As you can probably tell, Mind's Eye is blind. So a hurricane is what's relied on for her. When she taps the ground, it's what relies her to, bang it to see the surroundings. There is a glitch that can happen with her and some others, but that's basically it. I would like to stress the gameplay footage you're seeing. I'm dealing with bad internet connection at that time, so my apologies. Anywho, that is the Survivor gameplay. Survivors have very much different characters and everything needed to kind of make sure that, no match is the same. Next up is killers. Killers range, the basic term. Get 3 or more survivors out and you win the match. You can range from being camping to nice to just playing how you should play. I personally don't like camping killers, but hey! Anywho, the Sculptor is one of the set killers, and they all possess unique abilities. Some can throw dolls and control them. Some can deploy minions to do attacking, but you can't attack. Each character has their own buffs and debuffs. And more importantly, each character also has costumes. And same with survivors. Next up thing is the web of perks. Each person has their own perks, so killers and survivors, don't worry, have to be like, I can only take 4 perks like a certain other game. You get up to 2 path to final perks based on the amount of points you have. You get points by winning and losing matches, you know the drill. Anywho, on to the next topic, extra modes. There are 4 extra modes as of this current point in time of making this little verdict of ours. There is Teote, I don't know how to say it correctly, Dual Hunters, Blackjack, and I think Race. And my verdict for those, at the very least, is that the extra modes are pretty fun. Each one has his own little gimmick. Blackjack, try to work together. One person the person who's closest to going either, has the highest number or is over, broke, becomes the killer. Your job at that point is to get someone to take one of your high cards so that way you don't go broke. Sometimes you can hang on to your hand if you think you feel confident in it. That kind of thing. It always pays to try to think when you're playing this. The second mode would be Race. Race was recently added into basically a race map. 5 people, all survivors, run throughout getting items from little eyes, basically. The eyes help you basically be able to use stuff to get ahead, stop other people, stuff like that. And as time goes on, your goal is simple. Use what you can to try to win. And if you can, succeed. And if you fail, well, you lose. And you get caught and kept in that dream world forever as this permanent slave of the Dream Witch. It's a fun little mode. Each mode is very fun to play. And it's a great way to kind of show off more of the features of the game with the characters and everything versus, just 1v4 mode with different maps like Dead by Daylight. I know I compared it to this, but fun fact here, Dead by Daylight actually helped make this. So the question is the game good? Well, we turn that over to as soon as this last bit of footage is done. Final verdict and thoughts. Little side note, I probably should explain this, and I now realize it's editing this. The modes are simple. Blackjack is basically 21. Fucking Treo is 2 teams, 4v4. 3 people, 3 survivors, 1 hunter. The hunter's goal is simple. Knock out the enemy's king. On each team, there's a king, 2 squires, and a knight. The knight is the hunter of the team. Their job is to hunt and kill the enemy team's leader, aka the king. The king's job is to stay alive at all costs. The squire's job is to use their body and abilities to try to protect the king. Distract the hunter, make them hate you, anything you think of. Use that to protect your king from being down and taken away. The hunter in this mode can even pick up said king and help them. Race is a racetrack. It's the same track every time, but it's basically 2 laps around the area to try to win. Get first, second, and third. If you don't make it a time, it gives you a little sequence of you losing, And it's pretty simple. My favorite mode is Tryout. It's actually one of the most fun modes I have because it kind of forces the killer to work with survivors and planning. And if you get a group together of 4 people, you guys can coordinate the shit out of that, and that is fun as hell to play. So I highly recommend Tryout, and even Blackjack can be fun as hell. So I recommend those modes. And Duo Hunters is a 2v8. 2 hunters, 8 survivors, with a little mechanics to make it balanced, okay? So don't worry. Some killers are not allowed in this mode. Anyway, let's get on to final verdict. Now, on to the final thoughts and verdict of the game with some nice little bit of gameplay left over from all my, recording. Personally, this is a great game and a true test that mobile can be a good platform to play games on, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have its flaws. There is loot boxes to get costumes, which I'm not opposed to. That I'm not, okay? The game has great things, but also has some things that are terrible things. Personally, I would prefer if we could buy our costumes, but they have their own, and there is crossover events a lot of the time with like Danganronpa, at Wonderland, stuff like that. But to get the costumes, you need to open their loot boxes, and personally, I'm not a fan. With that said, Identity V has a lot of modes, and I can't understand them charging for that due to the fact that, well, they need to make their money somehow. Unlike Raid Shadow Legends, this game is a lot of fun. And personally, it's one I always have down on my phone to play at all times. That leads to the verdict. Personally, I give Identity V 7 out of 10. It's worth the space if you have it, but if you don't have the space, don't worry about missing out on it too much. Personally, I love the game, and I do believe people should give the game a shot. It's worth the look at, and even hell, even if you were to drop $5 or $10 in, it wouldn't go amiss. For a company that released this game that wasn't from America to bring it over here, it was a great bring. And fine. And, well, I think that the game itself is perfect in a way. There are things they could do better, and some things need to be fixed, I believe. But at the current point in time of doing this, I have lots of fun playing this game. And I hope anybody else who picks up this game also has the same amount of fun. Anyway, I give the game a 7 out of 10. It's worth the space, though, if you have it. And the final things to say is, well, simply, the game is kind of good. There's always new survivors and killers added, every update, and hell, to get the clue grind to get them is not bad. Play a couple of matches, go down the web a bit, and I believe you'll have a character here and there. But there is one thing I want to talk about that I believe many people don't bring up. People always say the same thing. This is a clone of Identity V. This is a clone of Identity V. This is a clone of Identity V. It's not. Identity V. This is a clone of Dead by Daylight. This is a clone of Dead by Daylight. This is a clone of Dead by Daylight. That shit. Dead by Daylight actually helped make this. So if you're one of the people out there who believe that this is a clone of Dead by Daylight, do your fucking research. Dead by Daylight devs actually helped Identity V's developers bring this over here to America and make it. In fact, it was a lot more gritty where it was from. Anywho, that's all I have to say. 7 out of 10. Got the space. I do recommend it. Anywho, I've been Steam Gamer. This has been another mobile review. Coming up soon is going to be some State of Decay 2 hitting you all. And I can't wait to play it because the beta is out and I've been playing the hell out of it. It's been a lot of fun. I'll see you all then. Goodbye, everybody.